Rugby referees are under the spotlight more than ever, and one expert thinks a controversial red card could change the game. Imagine watching a high-stakes rugby match where the referee seems to be directing the players instead of just calling the shots. That's the heated debate sparked by former Irish Rugby Football Union referees director Owen Doyle, who's jumped into the fray over recent officiating decisions. He's got strong opinions on how matches were handled, and not everyone's going to agree. But here's where it gets controversial. Doyle believes some red cards were mishandled, potentially unfair to teams like South Africa. Let's dive in and unpack what he said, breaking it down for beginners who might be new to rugby's rules. First off, Doyle applauded the call by Australian referee Angus Gardner during South Africa's thrilling win over France at Stade de France. Gardner correctly sent off Springboks player Lou de Jager for a dangerous tackle, keeping the game safe and fair. It's a reminder that referees must protect players from high-risk actions, even if it means tough decisions that change the game's outcome. But Doyle had a different take on New Zealand official James Dolman's management of the Italy versus South Africa clash. While he acknowledged that South Africa's lock Franco Mostert's challenge was unnecessary and risky, Doyle argued that it didn't meet the threshold for a straight red card. Rugby's laws required direct head contact for the harshest penalty, and Doyle felt that wasn't present here. Picture this. In rugby, tackles are a fundamental part of the sport, but low legal ones are celebrated. South Africa even leads the world in stats for those, as their coach, Rassie Erasmus, has pointed out. Yet, when a tackle goes wrong, referees have to weigh intent and impact carefully. And this is the part most people miss. What if Dolman's decision wasn't just a one-off error, but a sign of broader inconsistencies in how rules are applied? Doyle didn't stop there. He contrasted Dolman's style with the performances of other referees. He praised English official Carl Dixon for his swift, decisive handling of potential fouls during Ireland's match against Australia at the Aviva Stadium. Dixon owned those calls quickly, without needing endless replays. A model of efficiency that let the game flow naturally. Similarly, Italian referee Andrea Piardi at Twickenham got nods for allowing play to continue without fuss. However, Doyle noted that Ireland's James Ryan dodged a potential close look for a risky clear-out that lifted and dropped an opponent head first. It's a great example of how referees sometimes prioritize the game's pace over every minor infraction, which can feel unfair to some fans. Now onto the real kicker. Doyle slammed Dolman for turning the Italy-South Africa game into what he called the worst of the November internationals. Instead of refereeing, Dolman provided what came across as coaching advice through his commentary, slowing down the action and putting himself at centre stage. Fans pay top dollar for exciting rugby, not a referee monologue. Doyle suggested this approach disrupted the match's rhythm and hinted that Dolman might not be seen in the Six Nations again. It's a bold claim. Do you think referees should stick strictly to calls, or is some guidance helpful? Looking ahead, Doyle turned his gaze to the upcoming Ireland versus South Africa showdown in Dublin. He warned that Ireland's team, under coach Andy Farrell, will have to bring everything they've got to stand a chance against the powerful Springboks. With South Africa's strong record and recent controversies over unfair treatment, like worse incidents going unpunished compared to De Jager and Mostert, the stage is set for more debate. Rugby officiating isn't just about black and white rules. It's a grey area full of judgment calls that can spark fury. What do you think? Was Dolman's red card justified, or is Doyle onto something? Did Mostert's tackle cross the line, or are referees too quick to punish South Africa? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's discuss.